Today I will tell the story of how Mother Yashoda bound Krishna to a wooden mortar. One day, Mother Yashoda had decided to make butter for Krishna, and she set up a big pot of milk on the stove, and the milk was boiling. At the same time, Krishna, Gopal, was sucking her breast. But then what happened was that the milk began to swell up and pour onto the ground. As she noticed that, Mother Yashoda immediately stood up, put Gopal on the ground, and ran to take the pot off the stove. But Gopal was so upset by this, he became very angry. So what he did, he took a piece of stone and threw it at a pot of yogurt. And the pot was broken into pieces, of course, and the yogurt poured out onto the ground. He was very angry, was very upset. And then he left. When Mother Yashoda came back, she saw that Krishna was not there. But Krishna, Gopal had left footprints on the floor because the yogurt was scattered all over the floor. So Mother Yashoda began to follow the footprints, and finally she saw that Krishna was in another house stealing butter. Mother Yashoda became very angry. She took a cane in her hand and then came into the room and stood just behind Gopal. Seeing Mother Yashoda with a cane in her hand, the monkeys immediately jumped down and ran out the door. Gopal was surprised. He looked back and he saw his mother with a cane in her hand and in a very, very angry mood. So Gopal jumped down from there, and he tried to get out of the room, but it was not possible. And his mother thought, I must bind him. I will not spare him today. Thinking like this, she ran after Gopal with a rope to tie him up. But Gopal decided that, no, I will not be caught by Mother. She will run behind me and I will run, but she will not be able to catch me. And this is Aishwarya, a kind of opulence. Gopal was running. He was moving zigzag, just like a snake, running in a zigzag way. And Mother Yashoda, because being a little bit fat, was unable to catch him. She was running behind Gopal, but she was very tired, breathing heavily. The flower garland she had in her hair of oleander flowers had fallen down on the ground. Her hair was all scattered and she was really very tired. At that moment, her eyes fell upon the lotus feet of Gopal. So those reddish lotus feet of Krishna are the object of meditation of the devotees. She thought, oh, such soft feet. If they are pricked by a thorn, Gopal will get so much pain. With this thought in mind, she became morose. When a devotee is fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna, Krishna becomes captured. And so Gopal thought, now I will be caught. Mother is very tired, yes, so I will allow her to catch me. And in this way, Mother Yashoda was able to catch Krishna. She was very angry that day. Gopal had put her into so much anxiety. So Mother Yashoda was thinking, every day so many complaints of stealing. And he has broken this big pot of yogurt and given away all the butter to the monkeys. And he made me so tired. Oh, this little baby has really upset me in so many ways. She was angry. So with her right hand, she was holding a cane, and with her left hand, she had caught Gopal. Finally, Mother Yashoda bound him to the wooden grinding mortar. There are beautiful prayers that go by the name of Damodarastaka, written by Satyavrata Muni, that describe this wonderful lila in the form of Damodar. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Bhiyo Lukhalad Davamanam Paramrishtam Atyantato Drutya Gopya. Which means, I offer my respect to the Supreme Lord. He has a wonderful form which is the embodiment of existence, knowledge, and bliss. His earrings are shaped like a shark, and they are swinging to and fro. This Supreme Lord is quickly running in fear of Mother Yashoda, that she is after him, running with greater speed. Such a nice pastime in Gokul. Gopal has stolen butter. Mother Yashoda is trying to catch him. Gopal is running very fast, very swiftly in a zigzag way, and Mother Yashoda is running behind him. And at last she catches him. Seeing Mother Yashoda in this angry mood, Gopal started crying. His earrings were shaking because of heavy breathing. His chest was moving up and down, and with his two palms he was rubbing his eyes. There was a black ointment that Mother had put on his eyes, and this ointment had become smeared over his black face and the red palms of his hands. So wonderful. In the second verse of Damodarastakam, Satyavrata Muni has written, Rudantam muhur netra yugmam rijantam karam bhoja yugmena satanka netram muhu shvasakampa trirekhanka kantha stita graivadamodaram bhakti baddam. Gopal is surprised because he saw the whipping stick in his mother's hand, and he is crying, rubbing his eyes again and again with his hands. His eyes are filled with fear. The necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines, just like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. I offer my respect to Damodar, the Supreme Lord, whose belly is not bound with ropes, but with his mother's pure love. Gopal was crying. His 2 lotus palms were rubbing his eyes, satanka netram. His eyes were fearful. Muhu shvasakampa. He was breathing heavily. 3 rekha, 3 lines on his neck. His chest was moving up and down. This is his wonderful form. And this is Vatsalya Ras, standing there with a cane in her hand. Mother Yashoda was angry. Never for a moment Mother Yashoda thinks that little Gopal is the Supreme Lord. Gopal was crying and said, Mother, why are you holding that cane? Please throw it away. Mother Yashoda laughed and said, yes, there is no need of a cane now. I have bound him up. So Mother Yashoda threw away the cane. Bhayanam Bhayankara. The Supreme Lord who is fearful to all demons, was crying out of fear, seeing the cane in his mother's hand. When Mother Yashoda dropped the cane, Gopal looked at his friends and laughed. Then Mother Yashoda said, "Oh Gopal, you are very much frightened. You are crying." Gopal was looking at his friends and laughed. Then looking at his mother, Mother Yashoda, and cried. Gopal suppressed his laughing, because if Mother Yashoda saw him laughing, then the Leela would be spoiled. At the time, while this was taking place, some cowherd men and women and some cowherd boys came. The young girls, seeing the pitiable condition of Mother Yashoda, how she was so tired, they looked at each other and smiled. The elderly women said, "Yashoda, why are you so angry? Gopal is just a young child. Release him. Don't bind him." The friends of Gopal, Sridham, Madhumangal, Subal and others were standing at a distance. They could not come near because Mother Yashoda was very angry, and they were getting so much pain in their hearts. They were thinking that, "Oh, look at our friend Gopal, he is in bondage. How can we release him?" Mother Yashoda had bound him up to a wooden grinding mortar, so they dare not come near because she was very angry. But they were thinking how to release their friend. Gopal looked at his friends standing at a distance. They gave a sign and whispered, "Kaneya, Kaneya, crawl down. This is Sakeras." They felt compassion for their friend. They were thinking, how will our friend be released? Such a wonderful feeling. The Supreme Lord, who cuts the material bondage of everyone, was in bondage. And his friends, feeling pain in their hearts, were thinking, how will our Kaneya, Krishna, be released? He is our Bandhujan, our friend. They were never thinking of him as Bhagavan, the Lord. Such a pure feeling. Looking at his friends, Gopal was smiling. Looking at his mother, he was crying. Then finally Gopal crawled down into the courtyard. As he crawled between the two Arjun trees, the grinding mortar was rolling and it got stuck there sideways. Then the two Arjun trees were uprooted and they fell down with a great crash. Hearing this, everyone came running. Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, many cowherd men and gopis all came running. Everyone came saying, "What happened? What happened?" The cowherd boys spoke up. "We are eyewitnesses. Mother Yashoda bound Gopal to a wooden grinding mortar. Then Gopal crawled down and these two trees were uprooted." Then finally Nanda Maharaj released Krishna. Krishna's friends became very happy. When these two Arjun trees were uprooted with such a great sound, everyone came. Mother Yashoda said, "What happened to my Gopal? Oh, two trees have fallen. What happened?" Now Mother Yashoda is crying, "Where is my Gopal?" Nanda Maharaj came, released Gopal, and Mother Yashoda immediately picked him up onto her lap and went inside her room. Then Gopal started sucking the breast of his mother. Gopal said, "Mother, what happened to you? Why are you crying?" There were tears in the eyes of Mother Yashoda, but they were tears of love, prema shru. She was thinking, "Oh, why did I bind Gopal? Why did I do that?" She was lamenting and shedding tears. Gopal said, "Mother, what happened to you? Early in the morning you made me cry. I was sucking your breast and you put me on the ground. Then you went out and you made me cry. Now I made you cry. You're crying now." She was crying and Gopal was laughing. Gopal was on the lap of his mother, sucking her breast with satisfaction. Taking his little hand, he was moving it on the face of Mother Yashoda. There were tears in the eyes of Mother Yashoda. She was thinking, I'm such a rascal. I bound up my Gopal. Why did I do that? Why did I bind up my Gopal? She was thinking like this and shedding tears of love. Prema Shru. Such a beautiful story. This is Shuddha Bhav. This is pure Vatsalya Ras. Mother Yashoda bound Gopal. Who else can do that?